Hey, everybody, this is Dr. J, Professor Omar Kamala, and Spike in the upper right-hand corner. How's this everyone doing?
Good.
Okay.
Where are we from? I forgot to say where we're from.
We are New Yorkers.
Oh,
Brooklyn.
in New York. Brooklyn is
Long.
Brooklyn, Long Island, it's all the same. It's connected. It's
So
one.
SMCI kind of redeemed itself a little bit, but I needed to like more than double.
Yes. It's going to have to redeem itself a lot more.
So people are less unhappy right now with SMCI bouncing back a little.
Right. Right. We can't say we're happy. We can say we're less unhappy.
People are off suicide watch.
Well, there are two gap ups. That's really good news. It is really, and the volume is not bad at all. The volume is great, actually. Even
They got a new auditor. They're back in business.
Which is good.
That's very good news. Yeah.
And NVIDIA, I'm worried about earnings tomorrow. I don't know what to do.
Well, it's not so much, it's the guidance. Their earnings are going to be good, but they might guide a little bit more cautiously going forward.
About the overheating issue in particular.
Some of the chips are overheating.
Don't like that.
Yeah. So they might just, it might be like, oh, they have a big beat, but then they're cautious about the future. So the stock sort of goes,
No, I don't think Jensen Wang is cautious about the future. He's a very optimistic sort. But he might have some bad news about the overheating. I don't know.
Right. Well, they'll fix it, whatever it is.
I think they would downplay it.
If it takes 2 quarters to shake out.
Yeah.
I mean, so long term, if you're just in it for long term, you got to shit.
All you got to say is one problematic thing, and the stock will implode because it's priced so for perfection.
What is the PE on that one?
Huge. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But you see today how it did. NVIDIA is almost 5% up.
Yeah.
I think they are pricing it in.
I think if it goes above 50 tomorrow, I'm going to sell a little.
150.
That'll be my hedge.
Just to take a little bit
Take a little off the table.
Yeah.
You guys remember CLSK and Chewy when I mentioned them to you last week? They both shot up and went down, but they both shot up. I want you to take a quick look at them.
Didn't you sell Chewy?
I sold Chewy and CLSK. I sold both of them at a profit.
And they both went up higher?
No, they went up a little higher, but they went back down.
It's hard to call a top exactly anyway.
Feel
happy.
Yeah, it seems like for the last 3-4 weeks, I've almost been on tilt. Everything I do is the wrong thing. But not the worst mistake I made was selling MicroStrategy.
Me too.
The market is very volatile. It has been difficult.
So then I could say my worst mistake is listening to you.
Selling MicroStrategy. Yeah, I mean, I don't regret it because I think it's the right thing to do. But on the other hand, I do regret it because there's all that money gone that I could have had.
Same thing here. And while being bullish on Bitcoin, that's more even stupider. That's the.
I'm going to blame my wife. She said she don't like Bitcoin. I should get rid of it.
Well, something like you said, you're buying air anyway. It's just a question of whether it's air that's going to go up in value or down.
I think the bubble keeps growing. I think it's going to pop. I really do.
I think, first of all, what is it? Nobody even knows what it is. Even Michael Saylor don't know what it is. He's a bullshit artist. It's just a mathematician's fantasy. It's a hashing algorithm. That's nothing more than that.
When I worked for Lehman Brothers, we had business analysts. They call them BAs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bullshit artists.
Yeah. Yes.
It is true.
Business analysts.
What about the business systems of people?
Satoshi just developed a business. He developed an algorithm, and he never dreamt that this would happen. I'm sure.
He likes you.
Theoretically speaking, it's but I guess the whole idea is when you really get down to it, gold is only worth something because people say it's worth.
Gold actually declined because of Bitcoin's run up. I mean, people, where are you going to put your money? You can't put your money everywhere.
Right.
Your money in Bitcoin, they're taking it out of gold or not buying
Gold
gold
was up today for a change.
for exchange.
But there is difference. Gold, you can use it, and it's a lot of industrial use. Bitcoin, there is nothing so far.
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
no, gold is. I bought gold. I bought gold a couple days ago. I'm very happy with my
Bitcoin
purchase.
will become the world's currency. I don't see that happening.
Bitcoin. I don't think. I don't believe in that either.
I don't either. I think Bitcoin is just nothing more than a Ponzi scheme.
I do believe that too. I mean,
Yeah,
as
right.
well.
It's gonna pop. It's gonna pop.
I mean, for
getting
now,
getting
for
out at
now.
the right time. You know, you can't let your greed guide you that much. And
I-
like you said, you can't call it top because
As
even today, look, this morning looked pretty
a
top.
mathematician, I admire his algorithm, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's still too. It still requires too much energy to, to confirm these.
It's insane how much energy we're using.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. There's got to be a cheaper way to confirm the blocks.
And the thing is that, I mean, what is the added value? I mean, what does it add at the end?
What's the
Well, what it
Well,
does,
in terms of productivity, in terms of
what it
anything.
does is
Well,
it takes trust out of the game because you don't have to trust because everybody's got their own copy of the database.
The problem is our
Yeah.
fiat money is also a Ponzi scheme. That's the problem. Our fiat money, our
Yeah.
dollar, is also a Ponzi scheme. It's not backed.
Yeah,
by-
cash is also. You're right. It's just a number on a. It's
It's
a number on a computer sheet.
Yeah, it's not backed by.
It's property. You need to own property.
Well, same thing. You own property, somebody could throw you off it.
well, then in that case, you just
Why? Why would somebody throw you
there's
off?
nothing.
Why? Haven't you ever watched The Outlaw Josie Wales or any of those other TV shows, movies?
Dennis Raymer has a simple question: heavy in cash choice, sit or what to buy? Of course, we're not investment advisors. We're not financial.
No,
We're not certified. We're not whatever.
Right.
I bought IWM. This, I mean, future.
Oh, did
Of
you?
course.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
It got
Very
it.
happy.
Got it in around 220.
We look at charts.
The RTY I got in 2290. I don't know what is that correspond. Early in the morning before the market.
Yeah, no, it was around.
When it
went
dropped,
close to 230.
The answer is you can't be all in cash. You can't be out of the market. I mean, those are the common sense things. What
Yeah, 230.
what percentage is right? It depends on the individual, how old they are, what their mental state is. Right? Some people can't stand risk. Others thrive on risk.
I'm 60% cash.
Yeah, I'm close to 50. I'm about 40. I'm about 45.
I'm about 80% cash.
Really?
wow,
Wow.
you bearish guys.
Well, it's just my age, and
It's not so much that he's got few stocks. It's that he's got plenty of cash.
I have a lot in the market. For 20%, I have more than
I see.
I'm still at risk. It's not like I have a little bit.
So the spike cannot seem to get over 600.
You know what the problem is. In 1953, there was a movie, How to Marry a Millionaire. Back then, there were about 1,000 millionaires. Today, there are 1,000 billionaires. That's the problem.
Yeah, talk about inflation.
Yeah, that's why
It's 1,000-fold.
that's why Bitcoin and gold do well. It's not that they do well; it's the dollar does poor.
Yeah, meanwhile, the starting salaries of my students is exactly the same as it was in 1982.
Almost, yeah.
I met a guy last year who told me he used to go to the Statue of Liberty, use the ferry to go to the Statue of Liberty, and he used to pay a nickel. He said, we used to pay a nickel to take the ferry to the Statue of Liberty. Now it's $25 to go to the
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty.
Right. It's crazy. I always go back to the Hershey bar. I was checking out of checking out at the local supermarket, and I saw a Hershey bar. I was going to grab it and take it. It was $3 for like a little pig,
Wow.
a little bar of chocolate. I remember paying like a dime or a nickel.
Now, Dennis is willing to let us just opine about things without necessarily treating that as advice. What do you think about interest rates? Are we thinking that interest rates are still poised to go down? That buying in some bonds now
I think
is not a bad idea?
short term, I think I like you. I'm buying TLT. Tell you what I'm doing. I'm buying TLT short term.
You're buying TLT.
I'm also going to buy IEF. I think short term, the rates will come down.
I mean, if you look at the interest,
What is TLT now?
What is TLT now?
The
Nice.
price.
It's, not,
Yeah.
it's 90 something. 90.
It's a little bit up.
90.
It's been in the 90s forever.
Yeah,
90,
I think it has
97.
more.
And
I'm happy to collect 4% on December 1st. We collect our 4%. Well, you get 1/12 of 4%.
Right. Okay.
You get a third of 1%.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm getting that because I didn't bail that too long ago.
So I'm happy to get the dividend while I wait. And I'm not looking for big things. I figure I'm still buying. I'll have an average price of about 91, 92. I get 102. I'm happy. Happy to sell. That's
Right.
what I did the last time. I ran it from 90 to 100.
Yeah, I ran it there and then ran it back down again to 90.
And I collected the dividend.
Yeah, no, the dividend is definitely, that's what I'm saying in terms of if you're heavy in cash and you need to do something, bonds right now might not be a bad idea. So even though, I put some of my play money.
I mean,
It's
I'm
bonds.
old enough to remember and lived through the 70s with the inflation rate going way up, the 30-year bond going up to 15%, somewhere around there.
Yeah, well, you want to be at the back end of that instead of the front end.
Yeah, I remember.
You buy bonds at 8 and then
I remember.
rates go up to 15.
I remember a lot of people I knew got wealthy buying that 30-year bond.
Oh yeah, 30 years ago.
Yeah,
That makes sense. They're collecting their money now.
in the 80s.
Zeta is
Zeta's at the Sava.
what's known as a gambler. He will either become one of those billionaires or poor man. All in on Sava, 100%. I think there's close to 1,000 billionaires living in the U.S. That's pretty incredible.
It is. It's
Pretty
insane.
incredible. And there's,
A couple of them living in the White House.
I think there's something like 18% of the population that has worth $1 million or more.
That many?
I think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that sounds like
18%. That's a
only because
lot.
we're talking about like the top 5 or the top 0.5.
Yeah.
Family wealth.
Oh, family wealth. Okay.
Oh.
Counting the home, counting everything.
so I want to tell you this tiny
All
story.
right, that makes sense.
There was a guy who used to buy watermelons for $10 and sell them for $5, and he became a millionaire. How?
I don't know.
Volume.
He used to buy them for 10.
He
He sold them for
Yeah.
5.
He started with 20 million.
He was a billionaire.
He was a billionaire, then became a millionaire.
I got
Became a
you.
millionaire.
That's a good story. Did you fact check me?
About the number of billionaires?
Yeah, no, if you're talking about the wealth, including the house,
Yeah, if
there
you're
is
talking about the house,
no question about that. I mean,
there's
just New
definitely
York, if you own a house, you are a millionaire.
I think 18%.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
minimum.
I mean, a lot of houses out there are selling for
The
$800,000.
number 18%, it rings a bell to me. So I think it's either maybe it's just 18 million millionaires. That could be.
The thing is, like he said, property is the thing. I mean, where I live, everything is like almost $1 million each house.
Yeah. Most people have big
From this expensive corner of the universe called Long Island.
don't own their house outright.
I own my house outright.
No, you're right, Dr. J. That's what it says. According about 18% of U.S. households have a net worth of at least 1 million. Actually, it's a net worth,
Yeah, yeah.
which is roughly 23 million households.
That net worth includes a house.
Yeah,
Net worth, is it?
it includes
I
the
don't
house.
think it does.
It does. It doesn't include the mortgage.
Ah, okay.
It includes your
Ah,
equity.
okay.
Includes the equity.
That's okay. That's yeah. That's
18% was right. I actually remembered correctly.
yeah. It is.
Okay, I have somebody at the door. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, we should start looking at some stocks in the meantime.
So you want to take a look at the SPY and tell us when this freight train is going to get derailed?
We should.
When
Didn't
is
it try? It tried this morning.
I mean, nothing is stopping the markets. Gold is coming back. Bitcoin is full steam ahead. SPY and QQQ. QQQ woke up today. Big tech woke up
Yeah,
today.
I thought I was going to finally make some of my money back in my queues.
All this, Omar, with Putin threatening to drop bombs.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing. I mean, that's why the market dropped heavy in the morning, and then boom. It's just unbelievable. You know, when the Spurs went down, the futures they were bid in a hurry. I looked to buy. It went from 55 to 76, like in a blink of an eye.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, 20 points, just like this. Boom.
Right.
So there is a lot of buying, definitely. And I don't know if you see my chart here.
Yeah.
This is this is my projection. I don't know, and so far it's starting to go up, and just like we were talking about, so 63 probably, and so far here I think it wants to go up. I think it's going up. Maybe we can gap down again one more time. You know, just shake out weak hands again. But I doubt it will. I think it's probably going to gap up tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know.
The reason that I think it may come down is because I've never seen such unbridled optimism. The markets are perfect. The economy is perfect. Goldilocks area, no recessions, so on and so forth.
Agree.
Then again, on the other hand, every guru was calling for 100,000 Bitcoin. It looks like they were right.
Yeah, exactly. And when you have everybody is right, what happens? You get a blow of top. Just like 99, everybody was right. All the people who were talking in the bars about the Cisco, etc., they were right.
Yeah.
But what happened later? So we need that probably 400, 500 points from here.
We're going to get a tremendous shakeout. The question is when. Maybe another 100, maybe another 1,000 points.
It could be. Yeah. My guess, usually, I mean, if you buy the rumor and sell the news, is when Trump takes office, we're gonna start going down.
Maybe. Or maybe when his tariffs kick in and we get inflation, then we go down.
Right, and then
So you think the SPY is going to reach the high?
What's going to happen first? The recession, deflationary recession, or resumption of the inflation?
I'm thinking resumption of the inflation. I'm thinking that we're fiddling while Rome is burning a little.
Mm.
I feel very philosophical today. I don't even feel like looking at charts. I just feel
you know what? You go to the interest rate, the chart, right? It's right in a very I don't know how we call this. Crossroads, right? You see here.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we're gonna go back down.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right at the
resistance. We're at stiff resistance.
So which line is the line to look at?
Exactly. Now, if we go above 450, it has a lot of room on the upside. We're gonna go back to the 5%, easy, 5%.
I don't think that's happening, but who knows?
I don't know. If you look at the chart, it has a very good chance of
So then,
happening.
in that case, it's not worth buying bonds now. It's worth waiting.
That's what I have been
Yeah,
saying myself.
I personally am averaging it. Averaging in. If it goes above 450, I'll probably go out.
450 is really means that this is bullish. I mean, the rates are bullish and bonds are bearish.
I really don't. I think 450 is the absolute top
It should be.
for the 10 year.
If yeah,
Yeah, well, if it isn't, a lot of retirees are going to be very, very unhappy.
But then again, as I said at the beginning of the show, what do we know? We
and
don't have.
if you
We don't have fancy degrees from Wharton. We don't have Columbia MBA. We
if
don't
you
have.
look,
We don't
if
have.
you,
We don't have certification. We didn't take any financial tests. What do we know?
We have BAs.
you know that
Right.
The funny thing is, what is
Business
it?
analysts. We're business analysts.
The funny thing is, if you listen to the guys who have all those certain degrees and so on, they don't pick any better than we do. In fact, they're
No.
worse. They're worse.
yeah.
So, what do you think, Professor Omar? Do you think green or red?
Me for now, you see, I mean, it's an intersection of two trend lines.
Yeah, I
Usually,
know.
it's a very, very good resistance. But you look that there is really, it's trying to break it, and if this is broken, I mean, you expect this to go a lot, higher. And for now, I think that's where it's going. I don't know. I don't see any sign that this is, usually something like this, you reach it and then boom, you sell off very fast, right?
If it goes below your support area,
Yeah,
support. If it goes
but
below that, you have the 200. Is that red line the 200?
the red line is the 200 indeed.
That should be support. But if it isn't,
Yeah.
then it's going to collapse.
But you see, twice here we got here, we sold off and then we come back again. Here we sold off and we are coming back again. So when you have this multiple times, usually it tends to succeed, to go to the upside. I might be wrong, of course. So in other words, this is, if I had to play this, I would wait for 426. That will tell you that it's going down. 450, it tells you it's going up.
I'm of the opinion that short term, it will reverse and can retest the lows at 360. So that's my thesis. That's why I'm buying in. If I'm wrong, I'll take the loss.
Yeah. There was a little bit of economic news today, which was slightly less than expected, but it's hard to read into all that. Really is.
A lot depends on Trump, whether he enforces, whether he sends all the agricultural workers away, or a lot of inflationary things could be done.
Yeah. Deportation thing, yeah, it's very inflationary.
Tariffs,
Deportation.
tariffs is another.
If he's going to lay off so many people from government positions, which I would say maybe at least 30% are dead wood, this is going to start a riot.
Professor Omar, your coin has two heads out of three flips that it's going up.
Yes, I would say something like that. You're right.
2-1.
2-1 is a good 2-1 is a good bet.
I have it the other way, 2-1.
Yeah.
I think the market is going up, but I think interest rates will come down. That's my feeling.
The market, I am very convinced they are going up. The market, I would put even like 80% chance it's going up.
I think gold is resuming. Will resume its uptrend, probably go to 3,000. People are talking 3,000. I think people are right. On gold. On Bitcoin, probably break 100,000.
Yeah. You said last time. What did you say? 112 or 125 or something like that.
I think you
Definitely.
you looked at the
Yeah.
low 15,000 and you got 100.
Funny how Ethereum is just such the opposite of Bitcoin.
There you go.
You
Well,
said
Spike, you raised a very good point. I mean, if I had Ethereum, I will wait for this to go up and then liquidate it. This is really very bad. I mean, when Bitcoin is doing so good, and this one is just, barely didn't even get back to the trend line, it's very, very concerning.
Bitcoin, everyone's flocking into Bitcoin and avoiding other assets like gold,
Yeah.
Ethereum.
But at least Ethereum is supposed to go along with it because it's the same technology, anyways, right?
Right.
And look at that. I mean, today's lost 3% and Bitcoin gained 2%. This is not right.
Well,
This
yeah,
is
Hey, Mika. Yeah, I know. So what do you make of that? I mean, do we make of it that Ethereum is a little bit more rational and reasonable?
no, I think
no.
it's a matter of where does the investor put their money, in Bitcoin or Ethereum. They're putting it
I,
in number one, not number two.
absolutely. I mean, it's just as speculative. That's all. A lot of people buying Bitcoin, and that's what it means. There is no rational behind it,
I agree.
in my opinion, of course.
Okay.
This could go a lot higher. This hysteria on Bitcoin could take it a lot higher than where it is, because that's what a bubble is. A bubble just gets bigger and bigger until it bursts, and nobody knows when it bursts.
Absolutely.
We've lived through many a bubble, and it's just you hold your head knowing it's going to burst,
Right.
but it doesn't. So Bitcoin could have a long way to go yet.
You don't. The bubble only happens when it happens.
Right.
Yeah.
You
I
only
mean, long time later, not before.
right. But I mean, this is clearly a bubble. The question is, does it stop at 100,000? Does
Or
it?
500
Oh
or
yeah,
million.
pick a number. Pick a
Right.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can't
Kathy's bullish.
you can't short it. You can't buy it. You can't own it. At least that's my opinion. I still own even though I said that. Having said that, I still own my ETFs.
Yeah.
Sold MicroStrategy, but I kept my money in the ETFs.
And it would be very foolish to short this here.
Oh, just
That's
to get involved at all.
yeah.
Mara was relatively weak
Weak to
compared to all the other Bitcoin plays.
Can
We
you
should,
check CLSK?
C
CLSK. I told you about it
LSK.
last week.
Yeah, and then we should take care of the requests in the
Yeah.
audience. Sava
Yeah,
and
was-
Sava and Walmart.
CLSK almost like it was the same chart as Mara.
Right. So it was 1350 when I told you about it. It was like 1350, and then it shot up and then went back down.
Just like Mara, exactly the same thing. And yeah, I mean, you could have here an inverse head and shoulders. This is the breakout, so 1265. If you close below 1265, to me, it's a failed breakout.
Kamal and I
So far, it's not.
Kamal and I both picked up some rxrx today.
I picked it up a couple of days ago.
Oh, I picked it up today.
rxrx. I don't know why we draw this line here for some reason. Wow, this is the one that Arjun was talking about, right?
I know. I brought it up.
Yeah, and when Arjun was on air. It's right. You see, you get right at that
What
line,
about
boom,
595?
right at that trend line. Unbelievable. how trend lines work is just unbelievable.
There's a merger with EXAI happening tomorrow.
Ah,
EXAI should look very much like this, I would think.
What is that?
EXAI?
What's that red line here?
Yeah. It's gonna. This new symbol will be RXO.
Almost the same, yeah. Almost the same.
Yeah.
Where was your question, Kemal?
No, on the previous chart, I had a question. That red line is what? The red line.
The red line on top is 200 moving average.
So it looks like it's in a channel between the trend line and the 200, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the-
just
like,
we got the 200 and it fell to clear it. We
Right.
sold off. Yeah.
It looks like a great swing trade from 6 to 8, 8 to 6.
Correct. That's my point. Yep.
Just keeps doing.
I bought it
Yep.
at exactly 6. Kamal got it a few pennies cheaper.
Yeah, 595. I got it. 595.
And the other one we both bought a couple of days ago was XERS.
What's SARS?
XERS.
Yeah.
Pharma. Oh, not bad. That's a very good one.
We hope.
Yeah. Looks to me good.
It's following it also at the trend line up.
The 50 moving average line.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like when it's closed twice below it, but you can give it a
Well,
chance.
now it's resistance at 50.
Hmm.
It's got to close
Yeah.
above.
Just give it a couple of days. It go back up.
It's important to break that 50.
Yeah, very, very important because, break down 2 days consecutive closing below 50. Usually it's the sell point.
But
It's
it closed-
at least
It didn't close. It didn't close below it. It closed at it.
no, the two previous days.
Yeah.
Usually that's where people lighten, sell a little bit of if you have sell a little bit, but it has to reclaim that. It has to reclaim the 50-day moving average. Otherwise, it's not good.
I like this green candle today, though.
It's very good. Absolutely.
You see, back in August, it went below the
Even
50 and then up back in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, right
That's what
there.
I'm saying. Yeah, but and then you have to reclaim it. Otherwise, if you see this, Kemal, these two lines here. Now, if it goes below this low here, it would be very high chance that this is done.
Makes sense.
It doesn't mean but it's gonna take a long time before making new all-time high.
I agree. It's very
Just
important.
telling you, this is just classical way of trading stocks. What I'm saying.
No, you're right. All right, let's take a look at Walmart, the new all-time high.
WMT.
Yep. You see, this is really good, and this is great.
Gap up.
This is the kind of stock you want to have. I mean, mainly that stock that just keeps above 20-day moving average. And you visit the 50-day moving average for some time, but you don't, then you come back and then you stay above the 20 moving average. This is perfect.
Beautiful chart.
Of course.
And
This is
take
what
a
you want to have.
look also at Sava. Big news coming at the end of
So-
Omar, 2,500 people in the trial. 1,000 in one,
Oh,
1,000 in one, 1,500 in the other. Big news at the end of the year.
hopefully it's gonna work.
Alzheimer's is a biggie. If this
Of
thing
course.
works, it's going to
We
be
know that,
a lot of people will make a lot of money if it works.
of course.
And a lot of people will lose a lot of money if it doesn't.
I hope it works just for that.
For humanity, not
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. because it's tough when you don't remember who you are.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Or why you exist. Not that we know why we exist in the first place. So what do you think of the chart from the chart perspective?
It's just so far it's not going anywhere. I think it's just like when you see chart like this, it's waiting.
A lot of noise up and
Yeah,
down between 32 and 24.
and when some people will know what's the news, you're gonna see this move before the news actually comes out,
Yeah,
one way or the other.
probably before the
And
breaks.
and usually the first move is the wrong move,
Right.
always. So if you see this one going down, before anything, then probably it's a good news.
There's a lot of questions about the integrity of the management and the researchers.
All the hit pieces took away a lot of confidence.
I don't know that there's no healthcare funds in Sava, but there aren't that many. So K Indonesia is a skeptic.
Yeah.
It's good. It's healthy to be skeptical.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good for superstition to be skeptical.
1 million times.
What was the result, though? You're burying the lead.
Dr. Mika ran it 1 million times. We don't know the results, right? Maybe that's the next comment.
If there is a next comment.
We don't know about the integrity of
Learn
this.
the meaning of life. Learn the meaning of life. It's
The integrity of this phase 2 trials is also in question. So you can run them 1 million times and still not with wrong data. It means nothing. Yeah, I mean it's tough to risk a lot of money in Sava because it could go either way. You got the coin, flip it.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
From my experience, it's usually red.
Usually, most of these biotechs fail.
And mainly for Alzheimer's, all of them fail. A lot of people made billions. A lot of people lost a lot of money. And
Yeah, but if you're lucky and you're in the right one, you make 10 times your money.
absolutely.
You got to get lucky.
Or somebody who knows somebody who knows really, really something.
It failed 0 times out of 1 million.
Yeah.
Again, it's assuming the integrity of the data from phase 2. It's hard to say. Was that fudged?
Either that, or they did what a lot of these companies are doing, and they set silly end goals, and then they fell short of these silly end goals, and then got completely devalued. Just
Right.
just like CVM.
Yeah, well, CVM probably deservedly so. Multi-kind was no better than placebo or no better than standard of care anyway.
Right. Yeah, but they set the study with a hypothesis that was
I don't think it mattered. There's no better than standard of SOC.
right. Right. No, you're right. I mean, they didn't do enough. They had a small population for which they did okay, and they didn't do anything to sort of market to that particular population.
Yeah, you can't cherry pick after the results.
Right.
All right, so that's it. We covered a lot of ground. I don't think we covered everything.
Yeah, this is a novice.
There's a
Field
novice,
bleeding
right?
on this one. It's pretty much the same chart as Sava.
It doesn't look as bad as people make it out to be. It looks like it's trying to put in a bottom here.
It's the same chart as Sava. It does, yeah. I mean, as long as this is just keeps like this, you may have a breakout.
Yeah, it's
I
precisely.
sold it. I sold it at 10.20. I bought it back around 7.20.
I'm averaging a little down below 8, so
I mean, the chart doesn't look great, but I could see it putting in a bottom. Doesn't look like a falling knife to me.
yeah, hopefully, because here it's oversold already, so
Yeah,
a bounce should be imminent,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I'd say. I wish I
Yeah.
wasn't so steeped into this. I'd buy more.
I am not selling any shares yet. So
Do you see that big green candle in July, early July? So right, it's sitting in the middle of that green candle.
Yeah.
This one right there. Yep.
Mhm.
that's often support the middle of a big green candle.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
breakout
The
candle is
middle one. Yeah. Use the red one actually if you want. The red one, 7, what is that? 738, but we went a lot below that anyway, so
yeah, it's
doesn't
basically
mean anything. Yeah.
it's basically at what I would say that's support. Where it's at now is support. It
I don't know.
did not significantly break support, if at all. Look at that red candle, the bottom of the red candle. Draw a horizontal
Yeah.
line. From the bottom,
No, it broke the support. It broke it a lot.
it did
Uh,
break.
the good thing on this chart is if you look all these days, the last days are one close to another,
No,
and the
you
range,
your dash line is perfect. It's at support.
yeah,
That dash
Yeah.
line.
the dash line, yes, definitely, that's the trend line. You see here, the days are becoming smaller and smaller. You see the range of the days.
Right.
That calls for a breakout one way or another. Usually, when you have like this compression of range,
Coiled,
usually it explodes.
coiled spring.
Right.
The coiled. It looks like a coiled spring.
Yeah,
Guys, I really have to go.
All right. Well, we're
we
gonna
do.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
finished.
final
me too.
thoughts. Final thoughts. Okay. Spike, your final thought.
I don't know. I'm liking that. I'm liking that Innova's picture.
All
It's
right.
tempting.
Kamal, your final thought.
My final thought is MicroStrategy is in a big bubble.
Okay.
Agree.
Omar, your final thought.
IWM.
What?
IWM.
IW.
IWM.
My final thought. I'm staying with TLT for now. That's it for tonight. Ciao.
Ciao, everyone.
Bye bye all.
Take care, bye.
Don't forget to subscribe and give us that thumbs up.